own White House insider from the LifeForce, Mr. Thomas Melville. How are you, sir?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here every Sunday. Last week I wasn't here, and I apologize. It was a real hectic Sunday for me. Generals, the White House kept me on hold for a while. I was trying to get updates on a lot of things that we're doing. And it was frustrating. Dealing with what I was dealing with last Sunday, and I would have rather have been on this call. Anyway, all right. So I wanted to give you an update real quick. All right. So I have the unique ability, or the unique. I am in a unique situation where I am involved with many officials around the world, and especially in the U.S. I talk to many of them. I'm going to tell you that the assemblies and everything you people are working on with regards to LifeForce is working. I get calls from many individuals saying, what is this? How can we help? How can we get involved? And it's from top tier officials from the different divisions and departments in Washington that are recognizing the good that everyone is doing. And I just wanted to congratulate you all because it is working. I think you should stay strong, keep focused, and move and do what you do because it is all working. I know it for a fact. And I'm very proud to be part of the LifeForce initiative. All right. The only of the what I wanted to talk about was banking as well this week and last week. We know that the banks are struggling. They are preparing a sit down. They have been sitting down for the last week and a half, trying to reorganize the books, trying to figure out a way to get past the log jam of what they're trying to do with the Fed and with money supplies. And this is exactly why nobody's been able to come up with a new stimulus package for everyone because they're stuck in a loop, literally. There's no way they can get past what Kim has explained yesterday. And by the way, what she explained, and I highly recommend that you guys just go and look at that video because this is the life that I've been living and Kim has been living and Tank and all of us for a very, very long time. And trying to get this type of information out there to individuals so that they understand, they do their own research and find the solutions to everything. I consider myself a person, I find solutions to any problems and I fix them. I don't run away from a problem. I work towards the problem and fix it because, sometimes that's what you need to do. Okay. I highly recommend that you download yesterday's video, and I know Kim is going to mention a little more about it. We spoke this morning. I think you'll learn a lot. You will be very, very shocked at the things that the Fed can't do these days because of how they operated in the past and their unwillingness to come forward and to sign a new contract with Kim and to admit any failures. And you can't admit failures in your life, and that's where you go down. You can't fix those problems, right? When you can't admit that you're having a problem.
That's a great point. That's a great point. That is the problem too. They don't even have money. That part of the reason why they can't do a budget, they don't have money. And they're too proud to just learn how they can bring it in without, destroying and killing off everybody.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So that's the issue with these bankers, that all the banks, the major banks, the tier 1 banks here in the US and around the world have been dealing with, because they're trying to keep the veil of secrecy secret. And it is out. Everybody's waking up. Everybody knows. The more information you find out about the trust and about its abilities and Kim's abilities, and the fact that money is flowing around the world, and there are all ways to get it past their blockades. It's working. So I just wanted to say that get the bankers to come forward, to stop the nonsense, to come forward to fix the problem. Because without them coming forward and acknowledging and fixing the problem, we're never going to get past this point. Same thing with the officials. They need to come forward, fix the problem, and work together. I'm all about. I dedicated my life to be a communicator. Now I'm not very good on video, but I'm very good when it comes to person-to-person discussions. Blow it all away because I know exactly what to do, what to say, and I know where we are. Okay. Anything else, Hank?
No, man.
And that's really about it. The White House, I'm hopeful that they are this week will get the messages that we've sent on the banking system and its the background of it and how it works with Kim's interpretation of it, which is wonderful. And so we are definitely looking to push forward. All banking, finance, we are ready to go. If these bankers and the banks choose not to work with us, we are prepared for any contingency. Should the banks go down, other things happen with the banking system, we are prepared. 100%. So bring it. All right?
That's right, Tom. I like it. I like it. You know,
you have some exciting stuff to talk about. Okay, so as a follow-up to yesterday, first of all, there's been a lot of comments, both positive and negative, about what we discussed. It's meant to be the beginning and not the end of the education process for all of you. Some have asked if we're going to have this kind of information on UNC, maybe at some point in the future. We do have a series called Declassified, which is separate from the news that we're going to bring out. And that's going to have interviews with all kinds of interesting people, people that have participated, some defectors from the order. We have a lot of explanations on what you would consider level 1 conspiracy theory is where we're going to kind of start. So what really happened with 9/11 as an example, you know, what really happened with the bombings in Boston, why were all these things orchestrated? And then we're going to kind of move it up after the first few episodes of that. We'll move it up to like conspiracy theory level 2, and then maybe 3 and 4. And then we can kind of start getting into some of the real serious issues, like some of the things that we were discussing yesterday, because by then the average everyday person might be ready for something like that, where this is all new to these people. We want to try to attract the masses. I think that's important. So we're going to kind of start one step at a time, you know, as we go through the process here. Just wanted to kind of point out the fact that there was no manual to this system, and it was pointed out to me on a trip outside the country by some interesting folks after M kind of went into the coma the first time before he passed away. That was about 6 months before he passed away, actually, maybe a little longer. And nobody gave me a manual. You know, they all kind of laughed about it, actually, thought I'd never figure it out. I am not a coder. I've never worked for IBM. I've never worked for Halliburton. I've not worked for any computer company. Although every company that I did build, I made sure that I knew how to do everything within that company, from installing the phone system to installing my server, to make sure I knew how to fix it if it broke. And so that's just kind of me. I'm an extremely resourceful person, and there's obviously a job that has to get done here. So
wait, Kim,
I looked at it. Yeah.
Kim, were you ever a hacker with a team from MIT? The data
No.
Okay.
And I have no idea what a Virgo triad is. I still don't know, actually.
I just want to make sure we got that on record.
I am not a Virgo. I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach.
Aha.
I am a Libra, though. Yeah, I'm not a Virgo. I'm a Libra.
I'm sorry, but I can.
Maybe I'm part of the Libra triad. I don't know.
I can actually speak to that, because I had to talk you off the cliff several times over the last 6 months to not say, fuck it, I'm done. Oh, screw it, I'm done. Right?
No swearing on LifeForce call.
It was okay. It was okay. It was appropriate. It was appropriate. context.
Yeah. Well, if you've had the pleasure of talking to these New World Order folks in your life, you would probably have learned to weave a tapestry of profanity like I have. And I'm not proud of it. And I know it's not very ladylike, but unfortunately gets the brunt of it a lot, you know, as he reports some of the news coming from government people and whatnot and what their plan is. You know, I mean, I've handed them the entire solution to fix Hoover Dam that's leaking, right? And they're going, no, we're going with the bubble gum. We're gonna get the bubble gum on there. Bubba, everybody chew. And I'm like, really? You know, I mean, this happens constantly. So my frustration level, and I apologize, you know, to you guys. I know it kind of came out a little bit in the meeting and what I was illustrating, but these people can be some of the most frustrating people in the world, and to try to
tell me about it.
I am so impressed talking to all of you folks from LifeForce every week. I think that you have come so far on your own and even further all together than these people have come in hundreds of years. Okay, so going back to what we had done. So with the COVID-19, as you have noticed, there are less and less people actually reporting these horrible symptoms and all these things over the last few weeks. So what the geneticists had done is they've actually predominantly neutralized it at all those testing centers that we discussed a few weeks back. So they were selling it out of a place in Virginia, and they were sending it to all the testing centers so all the people would get COVID, right? They were putting them on the test themselves, on the swabs. And that did not, that's not gone well now. It's kind of not a thing anymore. I mean, we're kind of going through the motions. And so that's why Dr. Fauci is trying to increase that narrative of his, his bosses over there at Langley, great guys, love them, and their bosses over there at the Black Sun. So he's already starting ramping up with this bacteria thing on the food, right? Which we all knew was coming anyway. So what we did is we actually have something there. It's still there. It needs to still be there. It's going to still show on their tests that it's COVID and whatnot, and a variation of that. But what it actually is, it's a radiation-eating bacteria. So if you live in the United States, all of our produce that comes in from Mexico and other places in the world is given a radiation treatment purportedly to kill bacteria. Well, this will actually work in the opposite and actually make our food healthier now. So I'm really excited about that.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold up. Because Kim does this all the time. Okay, just pause for a second. Okay, because Kim will drop bombs on everybody, and I don't want you to miss what she just said. First, she's talking about a group of highly skilled biological geneticists who are able to actually do the opposite of make just biological weapons, but actually biological treatments that will help us, right? And first, if you're paying attention, we identified that there was one company that was creating COVID-19 here in the US out of Virginia. We know this for a fact. We got this directly from one of the microbiologists there, okay? And then was distributing it. The number one consumer of that was a place out of Boston that was, you know, making these tests that amazingly people were testing positive for COVID-19 with, right? This naturally occurring virus that was also
importing it directly from Virginia.
Yeah. So in other words, this whole sham is a fact, was here being perpetuated from Virginia, right? Who knows where that could be from, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. No hiding anymore. Go ahead. Sorry.
Good point, Tom. Everybody knows. You pack of jackalopes. Stop trying to kill people off. What the hell's wrong with you? So this is happening. So instead of just
great save, by the way, Tank. No swear. Yeah. Great save.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah.
Good save.
So instead of us just falling in and just accepting that we're your slaves, right, and that we should all die off, we also have the ability to fight back. So that's what Kim has done, is she's put something in place. So the thing that would have actually hurt us is now working in our favor, for the record. right? So there doesn't have to be all this fear around it because there's already been something put in place, just FYI. And that also doesn't mean that we don't do something. That just means, in addition, we have support. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kim.
Speaking of power and control, we had mass mutiny on Friday, didn't we, Tom?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So mass mutiny on Friday due to the fact that there was no money. Right now, all of the Langley people are fighting against the Black Sun people because they're not performing. They all feel like they're being lied to. So are the Pentagon people fighting against the Black Sun generals. And this has gone global. So as of this morning, I actually got a report from a general, a Russian general, that has basically said the Black Sun is dead to them. So now I don't know if they're actually dead, you know, the guys that were at the top, or they're just trying to make a statement like that, you know, they're dead to me, we turned our back. And they're talking about how they want to move forward with us this week. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this mass mutiny thing turns out. Did you hear anything more today, Tom, on them?
Well, yes, I did. But you know what? I'm not going to really say anything because actions are louder than words. So I want to see what they do. And then once they prove it and come forward, because we've had several from different countries, generals, high level, call us, call me, call some of my friends to try to move forward. But actions speak louder. So we'll wait and see.
Can I recommend we implement a today protocol? Because they're always putting things off till, by Wednesday, by Tuesday, by Monday. You know what? If you can't move today, I think you should implement the same thing and say, you're dead to me.